Hey guys, welcome on in. Kyrios here, and today we're going to go over the second raid. Now, I do have some tips and tricks for you, and this is kind of a pug nightmare in all honesty until we get higher level gear. So, before we get into that, make sure you hit that like and subscribe, check out the Tower of Fantasy playlist, and let's get started. All right, guys, before we get into the actual gameplay, I'll show the gameplay at the end. There's a couple tips and tricks you need to know. Now, this fight, you're going to have to fight the Valkyrie and Frigg. Not really at the same time, but they have to die within a minute of each other, which is really nice. So in the CN version, it's 30 seconds, but I think that's for hard mode. So once we finally get the harder version, it might go down to 30 seconds. But so the one thing I would say is that starting off on the battle, make sure that you do organize with your pug group. So you guys want to talk before you actually get in there. Do not matchmake this. Try and find some people. It's you can try your luck on matchmaking, but here's the big tip I have for you. Big tip is one, you should take the responsibility of kiting Frigg. Now, what I mean is that since they have to die within a minute of each other, you're gonna need one person to stay behind after you guys DPS Frigg and kite her around. Now, the best kiting weapon you could use is Nemesis. So if you're a healer or you're a support or anything like this, this is your time to shine, where you really just need to circle around that totem pole and just kite her all day while everyone else goes and takes down Valkyrie. Now, a second point is that in your pug group, make sure you guys do start with Frigg always. She's the easier to take down. Valkyrie can sometimes take just a very long time and be very annoying, especially if you're trying to kite her. If she goes up in the air, very hard to avoid. So make sure that you do start with Frigg first. Now, for general gear, it doesn't really matter what you bring in there. If you're a support, if you're a tank, or you're DPS, just bring your best weapons. But here's my second big tip. Big tip! Bring a healing weapon with you. Yes, I know there's going to be healers. Yes, I know there might be a tank. Yes, I know there's going to be DPS. But take care of healing yourself. I mean, that's what's typically going to happen, is that you don't want to die too many times. Otherwise, you're going to be permanently dead. And there's going to be times that you might just need to heal. So always bring in a healing weapon with you, even if it nerfs your damage slightly. All right, and now here comes my final little tip. Now, when you guys are fighting Valkyrie or is that when you're fighting Frigg, if you don't have the DPS or the shield shattering to actually take down her shield, don't worry about it. All you got to do, just like we do in FC hard mode and all that goodness, you can just run away. Just run away, wait for her to do her slashes, and then come back. Her bar for that ultimate fills up very, very quickly. So it might be one of those mechanics that you just want to straight avoid, since you're not really going to hit time length, I don't think. All right, I just want to reiterate this again. It's better if you can make your own custom team than making a team that you matchmake into. Mainly because at the time of recording this, team chat was broken. I think they fixed it by now, but hopefully they fixed it, because there was zero way to communicate. But I would be there's a lot of people looking for this that aren't matchmaking into it. So if you're going in during prime time, you could just type into world chat being like, hey, setting up a group for the second raid, and you'll probably get enough people to go in there, or at least enough people to get in there that you can just matchmake the rest of them. So I highly suggest you try and get some people from your server where you can communicate with them and talk about who's going to kite, leaving at 20%, all that goodness. And then the final little mechanic that we need to talk about here is just Frigg's mechanic. So now the key indicator for everyone to leave is that 20%. As soon as it says 20% life left, which is essentially 1x bar, everyone just needs to dip. Now, 20% sounds like a lot, but while they're killing Valkyrie, your kiter should be able to take that down by half. I almost killed mine, but I'm pretty powerful in my own regards. But all I was using was Nemesis and putting those totem poles down, and I literally almost took her down an entire bar on my own. So just be very careful, but just be very aware. If you are the kiter, you have to keep DPSing, even with the totems. You have to attack once every 15 to 20 seconds. Otherwise, she can reset. And this is the final big tip. make sure you're DPSing, not fully DPSing, but make sure you don't run too far away from frigg and you're too far away from your totem poles and not attacking. She can reset. She did reset for us. We did prove that she can reset. So just don't do it. Just, you know, just you'll be fine. If you have a little bit of healing, you'll be fine. You'll be good. But make sure you do have to do X amount of damage to kind of keep her attention.
Bye.